How was it on the kids?
I don't know.
Were you able to kind of shield them from it for the most part?
No, that was.
And they were teenagers at the time too,
right.
so they're going through their own thing.
HP would have been 15. Katie was 12. HP was amazing. He assumed the dad role. He hung the Christmas lights, and I have to say our neighbor Pete helped in hanging the Christmas lights and doing some other things around the house that we really needed. It was a lot of pressure on him, especially the time that Katie and I left, because he had to kind of fend for himself. Because with the stroke, the fatigue is just so enormous. He would come home and just go straight to bed. So HP was kind of on his own. During that time, HP developed Tourette's. And we didn't know at the time that childhood trauma will bring on Tourette syndrome, the tics and things like that.
Okay.
And so that's how it manifested itself. He was doing okay in school and he was doing fine, but the emotional stress was there, and it showed through with the Tourette's. But the beauty about that is it goes away usually, and it did with him. And he's such a cool kid. He went out and bought a shirt that says Tourette's ticks me off, and he wore it to the first day of school. And I think he really gave us all a great, the gift of a sense of humor. And that's been one of the things that has kept us going along with the faith too.
I bring a lot of joy to the family.
He's so goofy.
Mainly because I don't ask if they're laughing at me or with me.
Okay.
So I think that's the key to the humor, because the stroke has been a great, like, my personality has changed. It's been a little sillier, and, I say a lot more off the cuff stuff that I wouldn't say before.
Okay.
And I would never say anything like that before the stroke.
Like a little filter's going.
Yeah.
But it's not so much that I'm like, it's just enough to go, oh my goodness, there you, like, more dad jokes.
So that's the silver lining right there.
Right. And the kids love that part of it. And
there are a lot of silver linings. And one of them that is just, one of the things that I love is when he's being sneaky or being, the Cajuns call it canaille, kind of mischievous. His stroke smile comes out. It droops. And it is the cutest thing. And I just love it so much. But he can't get away with anything because I'm like, oh no.
Because that stroke
smile is coming out. And I love it because it reminds me of what we've been through. And that we're still here and we're still together and stronger than ever. So I love his stroke smile.
That's awesome. You have that little thing there that just reminds you about, the trial that you went through and everything that, you had to go through and finally how you overcame it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
plus,
this was
he can't get away with anything now.
You've got to tell.
Part.
That's your tell.
Yeah. That's his tell.
You can't play poker or anything.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
No bluffing.
Nope.
So this all happened while you were here at St. Faustina.
Right.
Were we in the new building, or were we still at the...
We were at the school.
Still at the school.
We were at the school. And when this kind of started happening, just weird things would happen. I remember we don't usually fight. Well, we have disagreements and we get aggravated with each other, but we had a full-blown fight before one of the masses at St. Faustina because I don't even remember what it was. I just remember being so shocked. He was kind of being ugly or said something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was just so out of character that I think that's probably why I reacted so harshly, is because it's out of character for him.
But you knew he had a stroke at this time.
Not at that time.
Oh, no, not at that.
This was still in the beginning. There were a lot of little odd things that I can look back and say, he did this and he did that and he did that. But we're good now. We're good.
How about people at the church? Did they know that what you were... So they didn't know that you were going through this whole personality change, or did it affect...
we kind of hid it.
I didn't change like anything I was doing as far as working out, church. And, I did have a lot of people here praying for me because they knew about it. But I don't think anybody could really tell, because.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to use my dad's words. My mom has dementia. And one of the things that he does is he wants to protect her dignity. And I didn't have the words at the time, but that's what I was doing. I was protecting his dignity. I didn't think people needed to hear. People needed to know.
Yeah, I'm a very private person.
This is really the first time he's talked about it. And we actually talked about if we were going to talk about this. Because he is very private.
We prayed before the interview. It's like we wanted the Holy Spirit to use our lives that might help somebody else that might be going through similar situations. So, I don't want to hide what's in the closet, but I want that to come out where people can see that there is hope and
as a source of inspiration for other people who may be going through something similar.